All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is Kevin Samuels and my thoughts on his work. I totally understand Mr. Samuels' motivation. Unlike a lot of people who didn't like his content, I actually did sit down and watch his stuff from start to finish. Quite a few videos. There was a very powerful interview he did with Joe Budden, and he was, because I hate sound bites, because sound bites are meant to be titillating. They're not meant to actually tell the whole story. And he got a chance to really speak, and so I really, really, really relate to him. The difference is that he's a man. And men and their delivery is radically different from a woman and her delivery. Men are very like, it is what it is. It's like if a guy's telling the news of someone passing away, it's like, yo, so-and-so died. A woman is like, okay, sweetheart, so have a seat. I know this is going to hit you really bad, but, it's going to hit you hard. Da, 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 da. We're just a lot more flowery. We are a lot more sensitive. Men look at black and white. You're going to die, so we got to just pull this thing out, And so what I saw, I try to give people grace. I really try to give people grace and try to understand the person's heart. He was trying to relay to men or to women how men see the world in order that women could be more effective in their interaction with men. But there was a lot of passion there. So when I look at his entire body of work, what I choose to recognize, and the reason why I wanted to give him a segment on this episode, respectfully, very respectfully, is that he spoke for a lot of men. Did not expect to get emotional. There are so many men who have confided in me, and I hate crying because I can't talk. No matter how much you disliked or liked Kevin's stance or how he delivered, what he meant to men was a voice that they felt they didn't have. So many men feel like they're not seen as humans because of what the media has done, making men seem like monsters, making men seem like they're just ATMs. A lot of men were hurting. And so I know a lot of men who were really struggling when he passed, because despite how he delivered his message, he spoke up for a lot of men. So when I look at the void that he left, I want to represent men in a good way. I want to speak up on behalf of men. And sometimes women think that I am pro men. And I don't like saying I'm pro men, because to say I'm pro men, it sounds like I'm anti women. And if I say I'm pro women, it sounds like I'm anti men. I'm pro love and I'm pro truth. And we're not winning if only women are winning. We're not winning if only men win. We win when we understand each other. And whether or not you think that he did it in a good way or the best way, he was trying to speak up for people who weren't heard. And I can respect that. And I'm doing my best to deliver the message with love. I'm trying to speak up for the people who don't feel like they have an advocate. I'm trying to speak up for people who don't feel heard. I want to speak up for people who don't understand how to do things. And there are so many people in this world who are spewing negativity. And it gets overwhelming to people. And there's such a need for encouragement and hope. And I think that the pendulum swings too far. There are people who really want to give women hope, but they're telling them a bunch of junk that is hurting them. And there are people who want to help women, but they don't understand women. And we're very soft. We're very sensitive. And if we don't feel like the person cares, we don't care what they have to say. I can look at someone like him and understand what he's trying to say and what he's trying to do. And I like to say the saying, eat the meat and spit out the bones. So on behalf of all of us who are trying to reunite the family and bring men and women back together. Oh, I thought I got my cries out. Y'all, it's annoying crying because you can't talk. It's kind of like people who were Team Martin Luther King and Team Malcolm X. They had different delivery styles, but they all were fighting for the same thing. So on behalf of all the content creators who are trying to bridge the gap between men and women, we salute you, Kevin. Rest in peace, Mr. Samuels.